What's going on, guys? Logan Kinsley here. Just wanted to take a quick second. I was thinking, kind of consolidating a lot of my tackle and stuff for fishing at home here, and I thought, what are the 3 best lures on Lake Sakakawea? And there's 3 that instantly come to mind. Now there's some couple variations we'll talk about a little bit, but these are the 3. If you're gonna come out and fish on Lake Sakakawea, have these in your tackle box. And most of you probably already do, but these are what's gonna catch you the most fish. Number 1, the VMC Mooneye. Now, any form of jigging throughout the year, I like the VMC. You can use live bait, take a minnow, hook their bottom lip right into there, and it's gonna save you a couple casts with that live bait. Now, as we move into these summer months, the water temps warm up, you can start using artificials. I use VMC. They just got a nice sharp hook, and they're extremely durable. You can beat the heck out of these things, and paint's gonna stay for quite a while and stuff. So I really like VMC. Their quality and just a great jig. Now, when we get into these summer months, just missing the list just because of the short period I use them are jigging wraps and shiver minnows. It's super effective in the midsummer when you can really mark those fish with your 2D right below you and vertically jig, or you can cast off structure with shiver minnows. But throughout the year, I picked 3 baits that were predominantly my favorite to catch walleye, and the VMC comes in at number 3. At number 2, the Berkley flicker minnow. These things are extremely effective out here. This is a number 11 and a number 9. Notice the number 9, this is my favorite color, the Slick Mouse by Berkley. It's kind of a match the hatch type thing, I think. I will always be running one of these to start off the day. Very seldom do I change it out. It's just that effective of a bait to pull. This is a custom painted, and I like using a lot of custom colors, but Berkley makes fantastic stock colors as well that I use quite often. But what you're gonna find out here is I always start with the bigger baits. I'll try bigger baits. If they're not having it, or we're into them summer months where they're in a little bit of a lull and they're not really feeding actively, that's when I'll go down to a 5 or a 7, maybe pull some lead core, get it way deep where they're kind of just sitting on the bottom chilling and they're not super aggressive. But the Berkley flicker minnow is something you have to have. Any kind of minnow style. On Lake Sakakawea, it's kind of the forage, right? We don't have too many shad style baits that just kill it out here because it's just not what's out here. But don't get me wrong, Salmo hornets and stuff like that will catch fish, but these are my favorite. And number 1 on the list, the most popular lure by far on Lake Sakakawea, is the Mack Slow Death Super Death. I have a Super Death hook on here with a Mack Smiley blade. This is black and chrome. Don't use it too often out here. What you'll find on Lake Sakakawea is the water is very dirty compared to a lot of waters back east, you know, central Minnesota, Wisconsin, the Great Lakes, where they're so clear. Out here, you don't really have that problem. A lot of times you'll see guys dropping right next to the boat and anything 10 feet plus and trolling like that. So it's not really a problem where you're gonna spook the fish. Now, black I don't use very often because of that reason. It's tough to see out here. And it doesn't really match a whole lot of the hatch, but once in a while I'll try it. But I like to stick to bright chartreuse, hot pink, white. I like to stick to those colors on Lake Sakakawea. Now, these become super effective when the water temps hit 60 plus and the crawler bite starts to turn on. It gives that slow death roll for the crawler, and guys will just use these all summer long into the fall. And I have found a way to rig some leeches up on these, on the slow death hooks, and it's just so effective that you're able to cover water at 0.8 to 1 mile an hour. So on Sakakawea, you'll find that if they're not there, they're probably not there. Okay, you need to move. There's so much structure, so many islands, so many things like that, that you have to keep moving. It's one of the lakes where it's very seldom that I'm gonna sit and wait for the fish to come in because I know they'll be there. You gotta go find them. And this is a great tool where you're not moving quite as fast as cranks, but you're not just trying to stop and jig certain spots out. So those are my 3 favorite lures: a jig, VMC Mooneye Jig, any kind of flicker minnow, and the Slow Death, Mack Slow Death. Those are gonna catch you fish on Lake Sakakawea. So come on out and get them lines tight.